The origin story is I'm out in the middle of an African desert having these visions and experiences for about a month. I must have had some heat exhaustion or some hallucination visitations from different realms, because I got this wacky idea to do these 3 records this year.
David went to Egypt on his birthday and spent his birthday in the pyramids with the moon in Capricorn at 3 in the morning, which is where the veil is thinnest. And he said that an entity spoke to him and told him that he was going to be doing this. And he says, we got to record 3 albums. We're going to record it all live in a room with no clicks, no overdubs.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to Egypt. I'm going to go sail the seas of the Nile River. Is that where the Nile is? Then you wake up some morning in January, and he's like, 3 albums this year. Not only that, we're going to have a live studio audience. And you know where I got this idea from. And he just tells you, like, some entity's name that you've never heard of. And you're just like, what else am I going to do this year? Not going to get my fiance pregnant.
Sounds wacky and funny and cool to say that I just had some visitations in the desert, but that was kind of what it was. But everyone was on board when I pitched it to him.
Yeah, he broke this news to me as I also was telling him how I had all these plans for the year. You know, it seems like a good time to get my life figured out, you know, make a bunch of big life moves and all this. And, you know, he's like, well, hey, I want to do 3 albums this year. You think you can write 10 songs in the next month? Fuck that!
David came up with the idea of saying, well, why don't we make it live and have people pay to experience this with us? And that was a huge thing, just to be able to say, like, hi fans, come and sit with us and watch us make a record. And I know some bands have like listening parties, like while they're in the middle of production, they show like demos and stuff to like a few select fans, but never have like the takes that are recorded in front of the people are the takes that are on the record. And so that was like our goal.
We didn't want to go into the studio and write and do that type of month-long or 6 or 8 week kind of process. So we thought that we would make a handful of songs kind of live jammed organically and record them in the same room the same way.
It's time to rearrange this. It's me. Get this fucking fake ass glass out of
3
here.
albums this year. We've already done 2. First one, I had a grand old time. I was like, this was so much fun. Why don't we do a second one? The first one, I had a couple little parts, like the first Rust Belt. The second one, I think I was more involved.
The one thing that David told me was, he was like, it's going to be cool to really try to incorporate everyone's ideas a little more on this one, because for the first record, I wrote 7 of the songs by myself.
Did someone make a mistake and not pronounce that mistake out loud to everyone?
This one, I only wrote 2. I wrote Blood, Rum, and Rhythm, and I wrote Boo. When you listen through the record, I think you'll be able to tell, because David and Gene and Bryce didn't want the record to sound the same, and I was having trouble writing in a different style, because in my head, I wanted the second one to feel like a continuation of the first, so it was a little jarring for me to try to just like write in this almost grungy style that the new one has, because my background's not in that at all.
I'm just gonna complain about it. JP had called me and asked if I wanted to write for it. He described the idea of it like we're gonna play it in a room and record it that way, no click and stuff like that. And that was that's right up my alley.
We're not doing all the studio shit to begin with for this to be a massive departure, and I'll do most of our records in a take and the drums are the same. It's not that big of a deal, actually. It's more like we're just making a record like normal, but we're all in the same room, and everyone is there also to watch.
Typical warm-up speech, you know what I'm saying?
There's just an energy there that I don't think we could have captured if we had done it any other way.
I just kind of think of, from my own perspective of bands I like, if they would have said, you can sit in while we record this next record, I would be going pretty crazy about that. I pay a lot of money, actually. We need to be raising the prices.
Chuck, you ready for this to fuck?
Just rose, ghost, the sea